Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Holly with Colorful Crafting. I'm here with a sort of unplanned Whip Chat, and it's probably going to be a quick one tonight because my ass is dragging. It was my first day back to work after vacation, and those days always suck. But I have some stuff I want to talk about, so I figured I would do this a little bit before I take my shower and go to bed, because 3:30 in the morning comes very fast, especially when you have insomnia to begin with. Anyway, I hope everybody had a great Memorial Day weekend. For those of you in the United States, for those of you not, I hope you guys just had a great weekend in general, and I hope your week is getting off to a good start. Well, actually, we're already Wednesday. My week is thrown off because I usually work Tuesday through Saturday, but because of the holiday, I took Tuesday off. So today is Wednesday, and that was my first day back. And I walked into a complete mess. I should have taken pictures, but I figured, why bother? Because every time I come back from vacation, my office is a disaster area. There's just crap thrown everywhere, and today was no different, and it just seemed to be even worse than normal. So, the main reason why, well, before I get into that, number one, as you can see, I'm still working on my elephant. I've done quite a bit since the last Whip Chat I did with it, and it's looking like an elephant, so he's not really disfigured anymore. I really like him now. He's grown on me. He and I have been on a journey together, so I'm quite pleased with how it's turning out so far, even though there's no reason in this world a 30 by 30 should be taking me this long, because I've been working on this for almost a month at this point. Anyway, yeah, the main reason why I wanted to talk was because yesterday was a really bad day for me. I usually get really anxious before having to go back to work, simply because my job is my number one stress. My number one stressor is my job, and knowing as I do that every time I go back it's always a mess, and just knowing that I don't have any help, I was in a really bad place yesterday. Yeah, so I made up my mind, and I'm praying that I'm able to actually follow through on this. My main thing, obviously I can't quit my job. I can't, because if it was at all feasible for me to quit my job, I would have done it years ago. But as I've said before, and others have said before, this seems to be a theme, especially at my job. I kind of got stuck in this job because I've been there so long, and I get paid a certain rate at this point that, and I have a pension and 401k and all this other stuff. I have really good benefits. It's really difficult for me to walk away from all of that. I've been with the company for almost 19 years, and at this point I probably would have a very hard time getting hired somewhere else without taking a big pay cut. Having said that, at some point in the not too distant future, I hope, I would like to possibly go back to part-time, would like to possibly step down from the position that I have, because honestly, the position that I have, it was great. I was so excited when I got promoted. It's not worth the tiny amount that I get paid extra to do this job, because I have zero help and about 4 times the amount of stress that I had before I had this job, and it is just not worth it anymore. It's not worth it, and while I can't quit my job, I could step down, and the option for me would be to step down and possibly transfer back to the store that I was at before I went to this one, which is the store that's literally 5 minutes from my house. The only thing keeping me from doing that is management at the local store is less than ideal. I believe I've already spoken about this on a Whip Chat before. Not that I like the management that I have at my store now, but I don't know. It's just, I can't handle the stress. I mean, I was stressed out in my last position. I just have one of those personalities. I'm always going to worry and have anxiety about things as long as I'm working. The only way that I would be able to truly reduce my anxiety is if I just wasn't working with people anymore. And that's really not an option for me. I've tried to get a job, like an office job, and there's just not that many positions available where I live. And like I said, because of what I get paid, I would be taking a big pay cut more than likely. But yesterday I came to the realization that I think if I can't leave the position that I'm in, at least for the foreseeable future, then something has to give. And I think what is going to end up giving is that I am just going to stop doing the overnight shifts on Thursday, because it might not reduce my anxiety level completely or almost completely, but it would help a great deal. So I went into work forgetting that it was Wednesday, thinking it was Tuesday, because my boss, the store manager, always takes Wednesdays off. So I went in thinking, okay, you're going to talk to John and you're going to tell him you're not doing overnights anymore. It's not in the contract. We're a union store, and it's not in the contract that my position has to work an overnight. It is a suggested schedule. There are plenty of scan coordinators who do not do the overnight shift. They can't force you to do an overnight shift, which is part of the reason why I've had so much trouble finding help, because they can't force you to do overnights. They can't. And they can't force me to do overnights. I've been doing them for 4 years by choice for 2 of those years. And for the whole 4 years, the only reason I've done it is because I've known that if I didn't do it, stuff would not get done. But I can only do so much. I am one person. There's a woman who actually used to be the scan coordinator at the store that I'm at now, who at her new store does easily every week, she does the overnights as well, and easily does 13, 14, 15-hour Fridays every week. And I'm like, there's no way. Even if I was 10 years or 15 years younger, and I'm not that old, I'm only going to be 46 in October, but even if I was like 30, there's no way that I would do 14, 15-hour shifts unless I absolutely positively needed the money. That's the only reason I would do it. Not just because the management is too lazy to get any help. I'm not going to kill myself because of this job, and it feels like I'm headed down that road. And like I said, something has to give, because I haven't had this level of anxiety problems in years since my dad died, because the worst anxiety and depression and everything that I've ever gone through happened right after my dad died, and I'm close to that point with the anxiety again, and I can't do this to myself. I can't. So I can't be doing the overnights anymore. I have to at least try to see if that helps with the anxiety. And if it doesn't, I will have to just seriously consider transferring. Another thing, and this is just a very petty kind of nitpicky thing that would keep me from transferring, I would more than likely, because it's supposed to go by seniority, I would more than likely be working afternoons instead of early shifts. And I don't particularly like working late. I like working and not getting up at 3:30 in the morning. Believe me, I would give that up in a heartbeat. But I don't particularly like doing like a midday shift because they're the longest shifts in my opinion, and I did many years of those shifts and I don't really want to go back to that, but if I have to, I will. And I was actually talking about it with roommate Tom yesterday, and then when I came home he brought it up again, and I know he thinks that I should do it because yeah, I would lose the tiny little raise that I got when I took the job, but I would more than make up for it because I wouldn't have to pay tolls every day, and I wouldn't have to get gas every week. Instead of, I could go back, you know, because the store that I would be transferring to would literally be 5 minutes from my house. I could go back to getting gas like every 2 to 3 weeks. So I would more than I would actually be saving money stepping down. But the other part of me is like, but you worked so hard and you fought for so long to get this position. Because when I originally went for it, it was for another store, and I had to file a grievance because they gave it to the girl that was already there, who only had maybe 2 or 3 years. And like I said, I've been with the company for almost 19, and at that point I had been with the company for like 15. So I fought for over a year to get this position. I had no idea that it was going to be as terrible as it is. But anyway, it's just, I'm trying to take it a day at a time. And I did my schedule for the next few weeks. And normally I work 4:30 to 1. And then on Thursday nights, I go back. I have been going back in at midnight. I would work 4:30 to 1, then turn around and come right back in at midnight. And I changed my schedule to come in at 3 on Fridays. Because I got back from vacation today and found out that they did actually give me another person. They gave me a tagger who is a guy on night crew. Now, this is an older man. He just started with the store. I have no idea if he's going to work out or not. He might be somebody who calls out all the time, or he might do it for a couple weeks and decide he doesn't like it and want to go back to night crew. So I can't count on having this guy. But I have to stick to my guns. I said that I was going to do this last summer. I said I was going to give up doing the midnights, and something always came up to prevent me from going in later. But I don't know. It was just like dreading going back to work today, and then when I walked in this morning and saw the huge mess that my backup left for me, because he was pouting because I took vacation. When, guess what? He's going on vacation next week. So yeah, it's gonna suck because the little bit of help that I won't have it all. But you know what? He's a grown-ass man. He needs to suck it up and stop acting like a little spoiled 12-year-old boy. You know? Anyway. So I don't know. I want to stick to this. I want to, it's just, I feel guilty, you know. I worry and I feel guilty that things aren't getting done, where there are other scan coordinators. I know personally several other scan coordinators who are like, you're not going to give me any help, then the stuff will get done when it gets done, and I'm not going to feel guilty about it. And I wish I could be that person, but I'm not. I'm the only person who actually worries about things getting done. My manager doesn't give a shit. Pardon my French. I'm sorry that I'm cursing, but I'm upset. Yeah, my manager doesn't give a shit. He's given help to everybody else in the store. Multiple people have been hired for every other department in the store except for me. Like I said, they're giving me this old guy, who he's a body, and as long as he's able to put up tags, that's fine. But it's like, I'm sorry. I know I probably sound like really frazzled and everything. It's because I am frazzled. I'm tired, and I should not feel like this exhausted on my first day back from vacation. I just had a week off. I should be nice and relaxed and stress-free, but instead, instantly I go back to work and I'm all tensed up. I'm all tense and anxious, and it's just a very toxic place. And I thought the last store that I was at was bad, and it had its bad aspects to it, but I have never in my life, in all 19 years, I've worked at this store for almost 19 years. I worked at another store probably 5 or 6 years before that. None of my time ever working in retail have I ever seen a store that has been like this, with just the people and the management and the way things are run and the lack of help. I've never seen anything like it before. And the idea that I would probably have to work at the very least, another 20 years before I could retire just makes me want to sit down and cry. I'm not even being dramatic or exaggerating at all. I've literally the thought has come into my mind that in order for me to retire, I would have to work at least another 20 years. And it just, I can't even picture myself in 5 years. If I'm like this now, what the hell am I going to look like in 5 years dealing with this? I don't think I can do it. I just don't. And if that makes me a failure, then I'm a failure. Oh boy, this Whip Chat is depressing. I'm sorry, you guys. Alright, so I'm not going to be on here for much longer. Like I said, I want to take a shower and relax a little bit before I have to go to bed. But I also wanted to let you know that I currently have several packages of China mail that has been languishing in Chicago for over a week. One package, which is my other custom from Huacan, has been there for 11 days now with no end in sight. And I have 2 packages sitting in New York, and I've never had a problem with it getting hung up in New York. Now all of a sudden, they're just, as soon as they get into the country, wherever they land, they end up sitting there for at least a week. It's very frustrating. I got that first custom, which was horrible, after only 8 or 9 days, and here we are. It's like 3 weeks or 2.5 weeks later, and I'm still waiting for the second one that was ordered at the same time as the first one. I'm getting really nervous that one was actually lost, because it just keeps saying arriving late, on its way to the next facility or something. It's been saying that for about 3 or 4 days now, or probably closer to a week at this point. My days are, yeah, anyway. I am screwing up these black drills because I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. And these drills are horrible. You know, this canvas has grown on me, and I'm really glad that the lovely people in the diamond painting Facebook group that I belong to convinced me to keep going with this, because I do like the picture now. But these 310s, I swear, I have never seen such horrible drills. The colors are okay. It's 99% the 310s, which of course, the majority of the drills that I have for this canvas are 310s. So that makes it really difficult. I just wish I remembered who I got this from. I think it's the Home Fun store, and I've been hearing a lot of really bad things about them lately. So I see that Diamond Art Club is running a buy one get one free sale on certain canvases right now, and I was very, very tempted to order Jessica Rabbit and Shepherd's Cottage. I really want Shepherd's Cottage. I think it looks really cute, but again, I'm still trying to stick with my whole don't order any super big canvases right now because I have so many of them. But yeah, something tells me, because I don't know, call me crazy, I'm not like super desperate to get the Jessica Rabbit canvas. Mainly because, I mean, I love Mandy Manzano. Everybody knows I love Mandy Manzano and DAC. But that canvas is pretty much, it's a lot of the same colors. And I think that's part of the reason why I kind of tend to get bored on bigger canvases. If I keep having to do the same color over and over again, it kind of bores me. I say as I sit working on a sea of terrible 310s. But yeah, I'm not like desperate to get that one. I really want the Shepherd's Cottage too, and I kind of want the Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh, although I've heard a couple people say they have problems with popping drills with that one. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I have. So what I think I'll probably end up doing is at some point I will use my $50 coupon from Diamond Art Club and just order that and end up having to pay the shipping and tax. Because, you know, yeah, buy one, get one free is a great sale, but I have enough Diamond Art Club kits that I shouldn't just get one to get one, you know what I mean? And I was also very tempted to get 2 more from Dreamer Design, because my main whip that I'm working on is Elysian Bridge from Dreamer Design, which I just started the other day. And of course, me bucking the trend, I am really, really enjoying working on this canvas. Yes, the pictures, you know, the actual artwork on the canvas tends to not look exactly like the picture on the website, because they sort of oversaturate the colors. Personally, I still like it. I still like the sort of semi-abstract look of it, and I love the colors. And as of right now, I'm not very far into it because I haven't really been diamond painting very much the last few days. But the drills are perfect, and I have decided that I much, much, much prefer square drills to round. So yeah, their Dreamer Design is also having a buy one get one free sale, or they were. It might have just been for Memorial Day weekend. It might be over at this point, but I ordered 2 more. I will say it is kind of frustrating when, you know, they sort of tell everyone over and over again, oh, we ship from the United States, which they do. I am going to assume that they, you know, they do actually, they ship from Los Angeles, but it takes like twice as long for me to get a package from them than it does from Diamond Art Club, because the package that I just ordered from Dreamer Design, I think I'm not supposed to get it until next Thursday. So again, like the first package that I ordered from them, it's going to end up taking over a week, which it doesn't make any sense that it would take over a week for something from California when it takes 3 or 4 days for me to get something from Las Vegas. So, but whatever. Anyway, I'm just babbling now. Let's see what... see, I had this in a really good... I was doing really good. I was doing the checkerboard method and having a good time. And then my dumbass decides to come on here when I'm all stressed out about work. And I just freaking mess everything up. Well, I haven't messed it up completely. I just haven't been diligent in trying to get my drills to be straight. Okay, you guys. I've been on here for about a half an hour. That's pretty much all I wanted to say. Plus, my phone's getting ready to die. I haven't charged it all day, and I had it at work all day with me. All right, so thank you guys for listening to me. I really appreciate it. I will try in the future to be more upbeat when I do these things. But yeah, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button if I didn't bum you out too much. And I will talk with you really soon, you guys. Hopefully I'll have more unboxings when some of this China mail that's being held hostage shows up. So until then, I will talk with you later, guys. Bye.